Palestinian refugee, Mariam Dawwas. Thank you for your time. Just relate to us briefly, if you can, your journey in terms of how you got here and what the situation was in Gaza that you fled.
Hi, thank you for having me. Yeah, it's been a long journey. First, we evacuated from Gaza, the north, to Gaza to the south, and then we were granted the Australian visas, and we went through Rafah crossing, and then to Egypt, and then to Australia. It was a long journey. It was a long. We were hopeful that we are coming to a place of peace, and that here we are in Australia. Living here, yeah. A
lot of tragedy in your life. Obviously, I understand your father died without access to medicine. You're a widow as well, and a mother of 5.
Yeah.
How have you adjusted? How has life been since you came here to Australia?
It was a very, very hard experience. I lost my dad. We lost our dad during the war because of the lack of medical care, and we weren't able to get him to the hospital. And but in such circumstances, you need to go on. You don't have any other choice. Just you need to go on and move forward. Since we came here, it's been different. It's been quiet. We've seen the other face of life. It's very different from where we have been in Gaza, and that's what are we looking forward to? Just a normal, peaceful life. That's our dream,
Mariam, Andrew Clennell here. I have to put this to you, if you don't mind. The Opposition Leader Peter Dutton, he says that basically the 1,300 who've come here in the fashion you have on visitor visas shouldn't be allowed in at all. He worries there'll be a terrorist or terrorist sympathiser within your ranks. He certainly thinks Hamas supporters shouldn't be allowed in here. Do you see yourself as a supporter of Hamas or someone sympathetic to Hamas, and did Australian officials ask on the way through in terms of your processing if you were sympathetic to Hamas?
Okay. First, I have some points to underline here. First of all, we are normal people with successful backgrounds. I have lived my life in Gaza. I don't have any political affiliation with any of the political parties in Gaza, whether it was Hamas or not. I myself, I am 32 years old woman, and I myself haven't had the right to elect in the elections. I mean, the last elections in Gaza were held in 2006, 2007, and I wasn't in the age of entitled to the elections. So how can a politician or anyone in the world judge or make sure that all the Palestinians in Gaza are supportive of Hamas? I mean, they are controlled by Hamas, but that doesn't mean that they are all of them are supporters to Hamas. This doesn't mean that I'm not here to say that people should or not should support Hamas, but I'm saying that living in Gaza that doesn't mean that you support this party or the other party. I mean, we live normal lives. I am myself. I'm a journalist. My sisters are doctors and dentists. I have a dentist brother and a dentist sister. So and we are not the exception. I mean, all the people in Gaza are very normal people. They are not terrorists. They don't seek to. They don't think of making any kind of terrorist actions. So I cannot see how can we pose a threat to the Australian community.
A couple of quick things. What is your view of the October 7 attacks?
Well, we were, in Gaza, we were surprised by what happened. we knew that the coming it's going to be different. I mean, we knew that there was going to be a war, but you know, I can say that it's expected, as you put. I mean, I can't. I mean that we were in a prison, an open air prison. People can't go out. People can't. They are under siege. So when this happened, I'm not with. I wouldn't support killing civilians in any way. So I was against what happened on 7th of October. But
sure.
You know, we have been under occupation for 74 years, and it didn't start there. The clock didn't start on 7th of October. I mean, we have been in this situation for a long time, and I myself, I am a 32 years old woman, and I have experienced 6 wars in my life. So we are always getting bombed by the Israeli occupation.
I understand.
Yeah.
I just a couple of quick things. What checks did you go through? What was the process for you to get a visitor visa? And what would you say to Peter Dutton about why you should be allowed to stay in Australia, maybe on a permanent protection visa?
Okay, first there's something that I need to clarify. When we were applying for the visas to Australia, we had no internet connection. We had no mobile service. We had we were completely isolated from the world. So I don't know what are the security checks that have been held, but I trust that the Australian government did the security checks needed. I mean, I cannot say that I know what are the security checks that have been done. The other question. I'm a successful person. I'm a very I'm a very normal person, and I'm ready to contribute to the country. We are on a visitor visa, and we are waiting for our visas to change so that we can work. I mean, we are all the people are in war zones have the right under the international law to evacuate their countries and seek safe areas. So I can see a reason why we don't have this right as Palestinians in Gaza. It's our right to evacuate a war zone. I was very, very worried and terrified about my 5-year-old daughter. She is 5 years old, and she has witnessed until now 2 wars. So it's more than enough for her. All what we are seeking is a peaceful life, a peaceful employment, just an ordinary employment, and we are ready to contribute to the country without any problem. I mean, I just see Gazans as normal people, normal, successful, educated, highly educated people who are ready to contribute to the country with no, and we are not the exception. We are not the exception. We are, I mean, all the families in Gaza.
Mariam, thanks so much for sharing your story with us this afternoon. We're out of time. We have to go. Thank you.
Thank you so much.